Run.
Come on, just this way! Go, go, go!
Jurassic World, Chaos Theory. Every day on DreamWorks Channel 717.
Formula One at its absolute finest.
Global sports phenomenon has a new home.
Coming down the mountain!
UFC on Paramount Plus. Streaming this January.
One more? One more.
I chose to be a fighter.
J'ai choisi la guerre.
I have a belief that if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best guys.
They don't have what I have. They don't have what it takes.
Je suis prêt pour la guerre.
Prouver que je suis le meilleur. My goal is the same, it's just to be the world champion. It's going to happen. Putting the work in, I'll never stop.
They're missing that spark, that hunger. There's something that flows through your bones that night in your blood. When you have the fighting inside you and it comes out on canvas and that octagon.
Quand la cage se ferme, la guerre commence.
Success is forged in darkness, made for greatness.
Dvalishvili is a force of nature.
He's won 14 in a row. This is nuts.
Oh!
What he's doing is the stuff of legends, and he's just taken it to a whole new level.
I push the limit till it break. The heart of the brave, the soul of a legend with the will to be great. Hold up.
Who can beat this guy?
It has to be Petr Yan.
Petr Yan is a savage.
He's just so damn ruthless.
And he is a guy that can put anyone out.
You can't break me, I don't back down. I'm like a king, give me my crown.
I am the machine. Now I prove again!
Who gon' stop me and my homie?
Dvalishvili!
One of the best pound-for-pound fighters.
Petr Yan!
Who gon' stop me when I'm going?
He's a pure predator.
He goes out there to do damage.
I'm the champion right here!
Alexandre Pantoja, the best in the world.
Who gon' stop me when I'm going?
This man is one of the greatest of all time. All he does is win, and he just keeps getting better.
Are you entertained now?
Joshua Van!
You can't break me, I don't back down.
He just continues to decimate his opposition.
Who gon' stop me? Who gon' stop me?
We go out with a bang!
The king, give me my crown.
Welcome to the UFC 323 press conference in Las Vegas. An all-action fight card that is set to end the year with a bang. We kick things off in the light heavyweight division. Up first, a finisher through and through who has dusted his last 4 opponents. 15 of his 18 career wins have come by stoppage. Please welcome the surging Bogdan Sarevich Guskov. And his opponent, a Polish powerhouse who's looking to make a run back to the title. He's gone toe-to-toe and taken out some of the best fighters in the division's history. Please welcome the former UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Jan Blachowicz. Up next in the bantamweight bantamweight division. A rising star is back after proving the doubters wrong his last time out. A combination of technique and flash makes him must-see TV. Here is Peyton Talbot. Standing across the octagon, one of the most decorated combat sports athletes of all time, an Olympic freestyle gold medalist, a former UFC flyweight and bantamweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Henry Triple C Cejudo. And now, for a potential title eliminator in the flyweight division. Up first, a budding Japanese superstar who has some of the most electrifying grappling in the sport today. At just 25 years old, he's on a quest to become the first Japanese champion in UFC history. Please welcome to the stage, Tatsuro Taira. His opponent, one of the most decorated flyweights in UFC history. He's a former two-time UFC flyweight champion and was the first Mexican-born champion in UFC history. Please put your hands together for Brandon the Assassin Baby Moreno. And now, our co-main event with the UFC flyweight title on the line. Up first, a 24-year-old phenom who earned his title shot with one of the best performances of the year his last time out. He has some of the best boxing in the UFC, landing almost 9 strikes per minute. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the pride of Myanmar, Joshua the Fearless Van. His opponent, one of the most dominant champions of this era. He is the owner of the most wins and finishes in flyweight history. He's riding a 7-fight win streak and has taken out some of the biggest names in the sport. Now looking to make his 5th title defense, please welcome the UFC flyweight champion, Alexandre the Cannibal Pantoja. And now, a heated rematch for the UFC Bantamweight Championship. To the stage first, one of the most well-rounded mixed martial artists we have on the roster. His combination of elite boxing and takedown defense make him a nightmare matchup for anyone at 135 pounds. Now he looks to reclaim the belt he once held. Please welcome the former UFC Bantamweight Champion of the World, Piotr No Mercy Jan. Standing across the octagon, a dominant champion who's putting together an all-time great resume. He's a cardio machine who has proven he can push the pace for as long as the fight goes. He's on a 14-fight win streak and 1 win away from tying Anderson Silva for the 2nd longest win streak in UFC history. This is the UFC Bantamweight Champion of the World, the pride of Georgia, Marab, the Machine, Dvalishvili.
Vegas, Nevada, USA. Thank you all for coming out to the official UFC 323 press conference. If you don't have tickets to UFC 323, Dvalishvili versus Jan 2, limited tickets still available at AXS.com. All right, first question, Oscar, I believe. Go ahead.
Start with the champion, Marab. Marab, this is the card that you made happen, your 4th title fight this year. Why was it so important to you to make history in the way that you're doing on Saturday?
Yes, it's important because I want to be busy, and thank you, UFC, to keep me busy. And yeah, I would love to win this fight and celebrate Christmas and New Year with the and still.
Yeah. yesterday, Pieta said the reason you have been able to fight so often is because you've been fighting here at home. And if he was able to do the same thing, he could fight 10 times a year. Do you think he's underestimating what it takes to fight as often as you are at this level?
I think it's excuse from him, you know. And yeah, this is not my home. My home is Georgia. And because I want to be UFC champion, that's why I live here in Vegas. And he can do the same too. But I guess he lives comfortable in Thailand. And now he rather travel wherever the fight will be. And I do the same. I fought sometimes New Jersey, and it was time I fought Russia and Canada and then many other states. You know, we are fighters, and we are fight wherever we have to fight. And it's not secret the UFC has a lot of events in Vegas. If you want to fight in Vegas, you can live in Vegas too if you want, or you can live in any other states. That's up to him.
Your first fight with Pieta was one of the most impressive performances of your career. How do you even top that on Saturday, or do you just go out there and do it all again?
Say one more time.
Your first fight with him was one of your best fights ever. How do you improve that on Saturday?
Yes, that's another challenge for me to improve. I'm sure he will make a lot of adjustments, and me, I have to keep the same energy. And I think it will be different because I think this time I will be more technical, I will show more skill, but he will be the aggressive one. That he will chase me, and I'm sure he will try to knock me out because that's the only way he can stop me. Because if we fight decision, I am the decision machine.
Pieta, do you agree with that assessment? Do you believe you have to knock out Merab to beat him, or can you beat him over the course of 5 rounds?
Hey guys, hey Las Vegas. In Saturday, yes, I will try to knock him out.
In the first fight with Merab, he shot 49 takedown attempts. What did you learn from that first fight in stopping his offense and starting your own?
In my first fight, I fought with him with one arm. He tried 49 takedowns.
Peter, you are better than this, bro. Stop making excuse, please. No excuse.
In Saturday,
and I will beat you on December 6th. What excuse you gonna make? Tell me now. You gonna make excuse when I will beat you again? Tell me now, please.
More.
Are you gonna make any excuse?
More.
Are you gonna make excuse on December 6th or no? Tell me now, please. Do you have any injuries now?
More, ask more.
Do you have any injuries now?
Saturday, we will see. Okay?
Question for you. Do you have any injuries now? Do you have injuries or no? Yes or no? I guess no. Okay.
Don't understand.
I understand.
Pieta, do you have any injuries right now? Merab would like to know.
Look, I understand.
У тебя сейчас какие-то травмы?
Это кто спрашивает?
У тебя спрашивают, есть ли какие-то травмы?
Ребята, я отлично себя чувствую. В эту субботу вы увидите просто меня в лучшей форме.
Guys, I feel great. This Saturday, you're going to see me in the best shape of my life.
Good luck.
A question for Henry Cejudo. Henry, I couldn't help but notice you and Brandon having a good conversation on the table up there when you came out. Obviously a little bit awkward between you two in the past. How is the relationship right now, and what were you guys talking about?
You know what, I actually, dude, me and Brandon, we weren't just training partners at one point. Like we used to live together. I had a chance to really reflect on a lot of our careers. Like, yeah, the whole breakup thing happened, but I think it was also meant to be, man. Like, it went off, became a world champ. Yourself, you went out to become a world champ, and you know, I really want to bury this hatchet with you, man. Like, yo no creo que me tengas miedo, odio, nada de eso. Y también disculpa por muchas cosas, man, porque yo sé que tenemos 9 años, güey. 9 años sin platicar. Y poquito la platicada que tenemos ahorita, y no, me recuerda mucho cuando estamos en el carro cantando y todo eso. Pero I want to bury the hatchet. I want to bury the hatchet, y la única manera como es un abrazo, ¿no?
Hey, we have 9 years together, man. We have a history. We haven't spoken together for 9 years. And now we're here. I just wanted to put this behind us, man. We have a past together, so let's bury it.
All right, who's got the next question?
Question for the champion, Alessandro Pantoja, right here. You know, Josh could make history as the first fighter born in the 2000s to win a UFC belt. You said that he's handled this rise brilliantly with the way he's speaking about you, elevating you, and elevating this fight. So what do you make of Josh's rise and his skill set overall?
I think Josh fight for the belt, it's so nice because get a lot of inspiration for a lot of young fighters, you know. Young fighters come now for UFC. And I feel amazing because I'm still here, you know. I'm considered like an old school fighter. And I have a chance to face off one of the best this new generation, you know. And I have a chance to prove that fight, December 6th, gonna prove a lot for me, you know. How my level is still competitive. And that fight, I'm training very hard. I take it very serious, Joshua. And I want to see myself, how I go, and my future in that division, you know. That's what I want to make December 6th.
Josh's opponents often look different after their fights because he kind of puts them through the wood chipper. So physically, what kind of fight are you expecting from Josh when you do step into the octagon in there?
The fight style Josh Avance is basic in boxing. They face takedowns. Everybody watch that. But, you know, he don't have a lot of wars like I did in this division, you know. He look fresh, very young. But his last fight with Brandon Royval, I can understand that he's not 100% in that fight because he take a short notice. And I can expect a better version December 6th, you know. I take this guy very serious, you know, and that's why I want to prove my best version of that.
A question for Josh. At Media Day yesterday, you called Pantoja the flyweight GOAT. So not only do you have the opportunity to win gold and become the youngest, the first fighter born in the 2000s, but dethrone the one you consider the greatest. So what do you make of this fight?
Like I said, man, it's a blessing to be in a cage with one of the greatest of all time, you know. Saturday night, I'm gonna take his belt, but you know, it's all respect and love at the end of the day, man.
You also made it known that you think Pantoja's opponents gave him too much respect. So when the octagon door finally does close behind you, how are you going to approach this fight?
Same thing I always do. I'm going to be Joshua Van.
Question for Tetsuya Taira. Straight ahead. Tetsuya, at Media Day, you said, right here, you said you felt you needed to be the first person to stop Brandon Moreno to earn that title shot. So how are you approaching this fight, and how do you think you can achieve that stoppage win?
ブランドン・モレノ選手は強いファイター、この試合はタフなファイトになると思うけど、準備してきたんで、自分の戦いをすれば必ずフィニッシュできると思ってます。
Brandon Moreno is a very strong fighter, very tough fighter. But I've been preparing for this fight. If I show what I prepared, I think I can take the win.
Similar question for Brandon. Straight ahead, right here. Taira says that he needs to finish you to get that title shot. Do you believe you have to put on a spectacular performance and leapfrog all these other flyweights to get another shot at either Pantoja or Josh Van?
Yeah, I mean, brother, actually, it's funny. I heard that yesterday. He say he's gonna finish me, and man, I'm gonna put my heart in the fight this Saturday, and that's not gonna happen. I mean, man, all the respect to Tatsuro, he's an amazing opponent, but man, I'm super excited to this match. I know he's an amazing grappler, but I'm an amazing grappler as well. So man, I'm excited. I'm gonna win this Saturday for sure.
Question for Payton Talbot, straight ahead. At Media Day yesterday, you said you didn't think you would be the one to get the call to retire Henry. So now that you're only a few days away from being the last man to get to face Henry Cejudo in the UFC, I guess, what are you feeling about Henry, and what do you make of just his whole career and your history between you two?
I feel that it's an honor. I think it's a very fitting end for such a, I don't know, just one of the greatest to ever do it, honestly. I have a lot of respect for Henry, and I think it's going to make for a really good fight. You know, everybody loved Old Yeller at one time, but all good dogs have to be put down the same. So that's how I feel about it.
Question for Henry, right here. Obviously, you know, Peyton just said, you know, all dogs have to be put down at some point. So what do you make of, you know, your last fight week? Are you approaching this any differently? And do you have a message for the crowd, considering this will be the last pre-fight press conference you'll get to speak with them?
Can you guys boo me first before I start? No, listen, he can, you know, Payne's good, man. He's an up-and-comer. I even consider him a friend, man. Like, he's a dude that's, you know, real recognizes real. So I know what I'm up against, and I think he knows too. And, you know, I probably taught him that line. I don't know if I told you that line, Payne, but I know he's ready. I'm ready. And I hope, Payne, that you can, you know, like I told you before, man, you can take over the king of cringe, bro. You're already getting booed, bro. Look at these dudes.
I'm all for it. I welcome it.
Question for Bogdan. We see you with the Hitman outfit here. Can you tell us the inspiration and I guess how it relates to what you plan to do on Saturday night?
Good experience. Today I look like Hitman because like this make only for fans. Помоги мне. Для того, чтобы было интереснее, чтобы смотреть было людей, все делается для фанатов.
In order to spice up the press conference a little bit, I do this for the fan. This whole thing's for the fans.
And for Jan, this is the only fight on the main card above 135 pounds. You're opening the main card. Usually that's positioned to deliver something exciting. What's your prediction for this fight?
You know, I'm happy I can fight it one more time. You know, I cannot lose this fight because I'm 10 years older than him, so I have 10 years more time for training, you know. So I cannot lose this fight. Legendary Polish power. And still, look, I'm 10 years older and still got more hair than he has.
Question for Merab and Pantoja. The two of you have more title defenses right now than all the other champions in the UFC combined. In this age of fighters changing weight classes and dropping belts, why have you guys prioritized defending the titles in your division? Rob, you can go first.
What's the question?
You have more title defenses than all the other champions in the UFC combined. Why have you prioritized staying in your division?
Last part, I don't understand.
Why are you staying and defending this belt and not wanting to change weight classes?
Listen, yeah, I want to focus on my weight class. And then I don't want to jump around, go down or go up. You know, I want to focus, clean out division. And if UFC want to me go up or go down, then we talk after. But right now I'm focusing on this gentleman here, Peter Yan. I know he wants to knock me out, but my job is to not let him do that. Hey, you are welcome in my jacuzzi. You want to come jacuzzi after?
In your jacuzzi, the have with him you did.
Say one more time.
Скажи, что в его джакузи у него хватает уже девочек.
You have plenty of people in your jacuzzi. I don't need to be there.
Come on, Peter. Just doesn't matter what. After the
Я думаю, что в джакузи лучше с девочками было бы зайти.
I feel like you should have girls in your jacuzzi instead of who you have.
Если ты любишь с мальчиками в джакузи, это.
But if you like to be with jacuzzi with the boys, it's up to you.
What's the problem with girls or boys together? Doesn't matter, bro. We can mix. Okay. Look, just boys.
Но я видел, что у тебя только мальчики в джакузи.
All I saw is all you got is boys in yours.
Say again?
All you got is boys in yours is what I saw.
Я, если честно, вообще его с девушкой никогда не видел.
Honestly, I haven't even seen you with a girl before at all.
Pantoja, the same question for you.
Yeah, I feel great, you know. That's about hard work, you know. I think me, Merab, work so hard for this moment, you know, because maybe it's another champs be a little bit lazy, you know, because everything's come easy for that guys, you know. And I feel me and Merab need to work so much to make this happen, you know, and we don't want this moment to leave, you know. We want to stay with this belt. We want to change my life and the family life, you know. And they prove, you know, about the pound for pound, all these mistakes, you know. About the guys say a lot of bullshit about the flyweight division, and I think we try to change that. We changed that in the octagon, we changed that with a good performance, and that's why you still motivation, you know. You see a lot of champions try to another belt, or have some simple injury, you don't want to fight for more 6 months, you know. Me, Merab, if you call, we can fight 2 months every time. And that's it, you know. After this fight, you can call me, Merab, you ready to fight again.
Just one for John.
Much respect and much love, brother. Good luck.
John, can you just give us your thoughts on these two exemplary champions here and everything they've said?
Well, first I would say about Alexandre Pantoja, history is going to look back fondly upon what this man has done. He is one of the greatest fighters of all time. 30 wins, 20 finishes, 5th title defense. I think if you asked Demetrius Johnson how great he is, he would tell you acutely just how good he is. And Merab Dvalishvili is on a trajectory to become the greatest mixed martial arts athlete of all time. Nothing else needs to be said. People talk about Mount Rushmore. This dude is tracking to be the greatest of all time, and he's got a huge challenge in front of him Saturday night.
Just lastly for Brandon Moreno. Brandon, we didn't hear you speak on Henry's comments there. You shook his hand, but what do you think of everything he said there, and are you willing to bury the hatchet?
Oh, man, I mean, I really appreciate the comments, brother. Like, I'm more private, to be honest, with you. Like, I prefer to talk with you behind the scenes and be clear. You know, I feel a little bit uncomfortable with all the people in front, you know. But, I mean, I really appreciate it. Like, I think it was a lot of different confusions with the pass of the time. But nothing, man. I'm at the end. We are in a different ways. I'm trying to keep fighting. He's fighting for his last fight in the company. So, man, I've been always a guy of peace, and that's it, you know. So maybe we can talk a little bit more later, brother. But I really appreciate what you did tonight, right now.
Question for Joshua Van. Josh, we've seen as guys move along in their MMA career and fight for titles and things like that, they tend to jump around to different gyms and find different training partners. You seem like a very loyal guy with the guys at 4 Ounce Fight Club. What is it about those guys that have, you know, allowed you to stay at this gym the whole time?
They are just more than a teammate, man. They're like family. They're like my brothers, you know. So I trust them, and I believe in our work. So, and we are getting that belt. So yeah.
And one for Pantoja over here. Everybody always talks about Joshua Van's boxing. There's a guy sitting beside you that you've spent a lot of time with who has some of the best boxing in the flyweight division. Is there anything boxing-wise that Joshua Van brings to the table that you haven't already seen in the fights with Brandon Moreno?
Yeah, Moreno is one of the great of this division, you know. I want to enjoy this moment to say thank you to Henry Cejudo. He helped Moreno, but he helped me too. I'm staying in the Henry house for a long time. He helped me my start in UFC, and a lot of guys don't know, but Henry support a lot of good fighters, and thank you, Henry. And about the boxing, of course, Josh Van showed you a lot of good skills, but you know, I'm fighting for close 20 years professional fighter, you know, and I'm face off one of the best fights of the world, you know. And I want that challenger, you know. I want that moment. I want to feel Josh Van in the octagon, and I want to bring back this belt to my house.
Pantoja, português. Pantoja, você vai enfrentar o Joshua, como já falaram. Ele pode ser o primeiro atleta nascido nos anos 2000 a conquistar o cinturão. Você que praticamente já limpou a categoria 2 vezes. O que significa agora enfrentar a nova geração?
As I mentioned before, you're facing Josh, who could be the first champion born after the 2000s. After pretty much cleaning up the division, what does it mean to face the new generation?
Enfrentar o Joshavan, para mim, é enfrentar essa nova geração, né? Mostra que eu mesmo com 35 anos continuo no mais alto nível desse esporte e poder enfrentar alguém tão talentoso, tão novo quanto ele, dessa nova geração, mostra quantos anos mais eu tenho nesse alto nível.
To face Joshua Van and at 35 years old and face such a talented guy at such a young age, it means that I still got a lot of fire to burn, and it shows how much more I have to give at 35.
Falando sobre legado, Pantoja, vencendo nesse sábado, eu sei que o foco é o Josh, mas vencendo nesse sábado, já seria a hora de tentar pensar super luta, cinturão de outra categoria. Você está disposto a isso? A alçar voos mais altos, uma vez que você praticamente já fez tudo que poderia fazer na categoria?
And when you talk about a legacy, your legacy, and continuing to beat people in the division, having the fact that you actually pretty much, again, clearing up the division, after beating someone like Joshua Van, would you consider maybe changing weight classes to even add to your legacy and continue to make it bigger?
Enfrentar o Joshavan vai ser um grande passo na minha carreira. Eu quero muito esse enfrentamento, eu quero muito esse desafio. Mas como ele, tem outros bons desafios nessa categoria. Tem o Tatsuro Tsaira, quem sabe o Moreno numa próxima vez também. Tem o Kyoji Riguchi. Então, eu tenho grandes planos para a minha categoria e eu espero defender esse cinturão tantas vezes quanto o Demetrio Johnson.
You know, not only Joshua Van, I mean, you're talking about someone who's talented as he is, but there's so much more talent at 125. There are other talented fighters out there. You talk about Tatsuro Taira. You talk about maybe facing Brandon again. You got Kyoji Horiguchi as well. So there's a lot more, and I plan on defending this title many more times at flyweight.
Question for Josh Van. You were supposed to fight on the Contender Series. You ended up making your debut on short notice. First of many fights on short notice for you. Did you envision that always ready, no matter who mindset would get you to this position so early in your UFC career?
Facts. Stay ready is the key.
Did you envision that it would get you here so early in your career? Did you think that it would get you here so early in your career, that mindset you carry?
Yes, sir. I know I'll be here for sure.
Question for John Anik. At times it feels like the flyweight division has felt under the radar, maybe missing love from the more casual viewers. So do you think fights like this, where we're seeing more and more love for the flyweights on these big cards with bigger implications, do you think this will, evolve into a division that more and more casual viewers fall in love with this division moving forward?
Yeah, I think so. I think this is a great showcase for the 35ers, the 25ers, and I think a division is only as good as its champion, and champion's the fucking man. Need I say more? Go ahead.
Just a question for Henry over here. Henry, over here, right in front of you. So much of your career has been framed around legacy, the Olympic gold, 2-division weight champion. When the cage door closes, for what you say is the last time, what part of your legacy feels the most complete, and what part do you think you're going to leave unfinished?
And honestly, it's giving these guys an opportunity, saving the flyweight division. You can always have gold, but honestly, if it wasn't for the decision of me staying down at 125 pounds and, knocking out TJ Dillashaw and then becoming a 2-division champion, and that's when Dana said, you know what, I like this kid. The flyweights are really good. So I think that's one of the biggest things. But even here today, Brandon stayed with me. He's trained together. Pantoja, man, even Payne's come over to the house too, man, just to kind of just share knowledge. So it's one of the biggest things to me is honestly giving back to the sport. And obviously on top of, all the accomplishments, but the reality is it's that, man. So, I know Dana's not here, and I'm not sure if he's gonna give me the mic after the fight, but I even thank him too. I wanna thank Dana White. He took the UFC, they bought the UFC for $2 million to eventually be in the hole for $47 million in the hole, and yet he's still stuck with the sport, and I believe him. I believe that the UFC will be the biggest and greatest sport on earth.
Just to follow up on that, Henry, do you feel like there's a part of your legacy that you're going to leave unfinished, and how okay are you with that?
Maybe some of the fights. I would say even with Brandon, O'Malley, I felt like those were great fights that the fans could have got. O'Malley, yeah. Like, you watch my shit. Am I wrong? But yeah, I think some of those spectacles that could have happen, but they just never did. One with O'Malley being in Arizona, and then obviously with me and Brandon, you know, him being Mexican and me being Mexican-American, would have been great too. But that's not the case, and sometimes it sucks because the fans, you know, I would have loved to, but, you know, me and Brandon, we're gonna talk after this, man. I think there's a lot of things that we could hash out, and that's it, man. Like, this case closed for me.
Question for Joshua Van. As it was mentioned before, that you will be the first one born in the 2000s to be the challenger for the title. What do you want the young fighters, and the fans your age to feel when you get out in the arena this Saturday night?
The new era of fighting is here, and they're about to witness the greatness of Joshua Van.
Question for Henry Cejudo. Now that it's officially, it will be your last dance in the octagon. Is there anything specific that you could think that Peyton will learn from you in the octagon this Saturday night?
How do I answer that question? How do I answer? Can you repeat the question? I don't know if I got it.
Is there anything about your technique or your legacy that you think that Peyton could learn from you in the octagon this Saturday night?
I mean, I'm not gonna give the game plan here, but you guys have to tune in. Saturday night, ESPN Plus, last pay-per-view of the year. Buy it, don't illegally stream it.
Петр, вопрос к тебе. Петр, впечатляет ли тебя, что Мераб делает в день боев спарринги?
Peter, the question's for you. Are you?
Впечатляет ли тебя, что Мераб делает в день поединков по 5 раундов спаррингов, а потом еще и столько же в клетке проводит? И довольно-таки неплохо. И может ли тебе как-то это сыграть на руку?
Peter, are you impressed by Merab? Because we know that he actually does 5 rounds of sparring the day of the fight, and then he comes out and actually fights another 5 rounds. Are you inspired by that?
Послушайте, но меня это не должно впечатлять, если он это чувствует, что оно у него работает. Ну а так запомните, что любая машина ломается.
I shouldn't be impressed by that. I mean, if it works for him, great, good for him. But just remember, any car is bound to break at some point. Any machine.
Еще один вопрос к тебе, Петр. Мераб постоянно выкладывает шуточные видео и фото в своей соцсети. Есть ли какая-то шутка, от которой тебе было смешно?
Merab always posts funny videos on his social media. Is there any of his jokes or any of his videos that you found funny?
Да, в принципе, все шутки у него веселые. Я думаю, что он не специально это делает, особенно когда в лед прыгал. Мне понравилось.
I think that all of his stuff is pretty funny. I mean, he's probably not doing it on purpose, but I specifically like the one when he jumped head first into the ice.
Hey, Vegas, thanks for the energy today. How about a hand for all the athletes? We are going to clear the stage and square these gentlemen off. Thank you all for coming out. Stay tuned.
Keep creeping you over a couple feet.
One of the best pound-for-pound fighters.
He's a pure predator.
He goes out there to do damage. Alexandre Pantoja, the best in the world. Joshua Van!
He just continues to decimate his opposition.
We go out with a bang.